Manchester United not confident that they can meet Brighton's demands for Carlos BALEBA, but this deal is still not off. Manchester United working on possible sales to get money in. We do now know that Manchester United need to sell players to make something like this happen for Carlos BALEBA. We've obviously got Benjamin Sesko, which is pretty much over the line and nearly done, so Manchester United's focus will then concentrate and go across to getting players out of the door. We've got updates on Garnacho, we've got updates on Rasmus Højlund, Rasmus Højlund's U-turn, Chelsea playing crafty games with United over Garnacho, but can United put that together to make something happen, to make a bid for Carlos BALEBA? It is still doable for Manchester United, but they have to get things moving quickly. Have they got enough to commit to BALEBA now and go into negotiations with confidence of getting these other deals done? Let's get into the Rasmus Højlund one first of all, and a potential U-turn on his stance at Manchester United. Reports coming out from Italy that Rasmus Højlund is open to a move to Italy now. Sesko rubber stamping his departure, basically, is what is being reported from several people now. We said yesterday that Samuel Luckers feels like Rasmus Højlund, or sources have said that Rasmus Højlund feels like he's being forced out in a way now by Manchester United. Well, it's competition for places, but United need money. So unfortunately for Rasmus, he may be the make weight in making something else happen for Manchester United in the market if we do go for BALEBA. Now, the source for BALEBA has come back and said that United are not confident. It's not like it's off, but there isn't a full confidence within Manchester United that this deal can happen. Like Romano and Ornstein said yesterday, Manchester United have touched base to find out the conditions. It is going to have to drop the valuation that is for BALEBA for them to make a move though, unless United really do put the pedal to the metal and start raising some funds from other sales of players. So Rasmus to Italy does work. United would be open to accepting 30 million for Rasmus Højlund. It seems cheap. That's just a report though. It could be more. There is a list of teams that are willing to pay for Rasmus Højlund, or at least take him on loan. Now, a loan doesn't count out funds being available for BALEBA if Rasmus is loaned. There will be a loan with an obligation. This has always been spoken about by Manchester United reporters throughout the summer. United would be open with the obligation. Would that hamper United's chances of making a bid for BALEBA? Not necessarily, because you would have the guaranteed money coming next summer for next instalments for someone like BALEBA. And if you sold Garnacho this summer, that money would also be there to help Manchester United pay this summer's instalments. Like we said before, a £100 million player on 200 grand a week wages is approximately 20 million in instalments a season when you break it down into PSR, when you amortise everything that's involved with it. So you can see the basis of it, but Manchester United don't want to raise that bill up any higher than necessary, and taking chunks off it with other players definitely helps Manchester United prepare for next season's financial year as well. That everything that we're doing right now is possibly, without European football, taken away from next season. So Manchester United are still feeding off the finances of previous years in European football. This season we haven't got European revenues. So next summer that will be added in, and Manchester United might not be able to spend as much with PSR. So with all the figures in place, Rasmus for 30 million goes a long way if United are trying to bring in, say, BALEBA or another player. We've got the upgrading quality in Sesko. Yes, we're going to take the PSR loss on Rasmus Højlund, but moving past that, are we looking at the greater good here and trying to build something for Ruben Amorim right now and bringing in the likes of Sesko, BALEBA, obviously the other two players, Cunha and Mbeumo as well? United are building a team here that's going to challenge to be in the Champions League. That is what these players are. You cannot accept anything less than Champions League if you're going out and buying the likes of Sesko, Cunha, Mbeumo and Carlos BALEBA. It's as simple as that. Manchester United's target has to be that to balance the book. If we get back in the Champions League, all this gets forgotten about. Manchester United's financial position starts to become a lot clearer. The finances are then going to be pushing upwards with sponsorships, as we know, with the likes of Adidas, and Manchester United's revenues will start to climb even more again. Then it's about sustaining it. Like we said this morning, having players like BALEBA, Sesko, Cunha and Mbeumo, players for now and the future of this football club, that will be sustainable. Manchester United can build from this. But going into next summer, we are going to need finances from somewhere, and that's going to come from selling players. Garnacho, on the other hand, Ben Jacobs has just come out and said that Manchester United are willing to let Garnacho go in and around the £40 million mark. That's where it's sort of at the moment with the situation. But Chelsea apparently are waiting for Manchester United to sign Benjamin Sesko, thinking that Manchester United might take a cut price offer for Garnacho because they desperately need money to finance other deals. So they're going to come in and try and lowball Manchester United with a bid for Garnacho. God knows what it's going to be. We have heard noises that it could be in around the 30 million mark. That is just not going to cut it for Manchester United. In reality, not doable. United's finances as we stand, like we've said before, we've still got a bit of room and a bit of money left over this summer. Manchester United would need to move players on to get BALEBA though. They do need the price to drop and they do need to sell players now. I think we're good with Sesko, and obviously financially that has been calculated into the annuals. But if we want to bring BALEBA in, we're going to have to move players on. Rasmus, I think. Garnacho, definite left. Sancho, like we said before. You put all of these players together, Manchester United are making room here and they're making money for a potential purchase of BALEBA. And that is a player then with a future at Manchester United that is going to feature for Manchester United. That's the big thing. We've said this all along. Malacia, Sancho, Garnacho, Antony, Rashford. None of these players are doing anything on the pitch for United, helping us get to, like I just said, the Champions League. So you're bringing in players. Yes, they might be taking a loss on Rasmus, but you're bringing in Sesko, who is going to help Manchester United get closer to the Champions League. Same with Mbeumo and Cunha. They're players that should be in the Champions League competing. You put them all together, you've got a top four challenging side here. And I think Chelsea realise this. Other clubs realise where Manchester United are trying to get to, and they're going to try and fleece Manchester United for what we've got here. Are United willing to drop the prices just to get these players out and get money in? If you say, for instance, took the low ball offers for every single player, could you still have enough to go out and buy a Carlos BALEBA? And Manchester United come out of this window with an absolutely awesome lineup of Cunha, Sesko, Mbeumo, Carlos BALEBA, possibly a goalkeeper yet on top of that. Rasmus 30 million, Garnacho 30 million, there's 60. You take 15 million for Sancho, there's 75 million. You take maybe 8 million for Malacia, then you're into the 80 million mark. All of a sudden, the money's there. It looks like we've been absolutely stung and we look stupid, but what's the more important thing? Is it the football on the pitch going forward and trying to bring in the revenues from being successful on the pitch, or trying to keep face by taking low ball offers for players that really are not going to do anything for us this season? These are the decisions that Manchester United need to make. So to break it down, Rasmus has done a U-turn and is now open to leaving Manchester United, according to reports, with several Italian clubs looking for his signature. AC Milan likely to be leading the way. There is interest in Germany also though, but Rasmus would, according to the reports, prefer to go back to Italy. Garnacho has always been waiting for Chelsea. We know this, and this has put Chelsea in a strong position to bid for him and lowball Manchester United. Chelsea know United's situation and what we're doing in the market and are going to take advantage of that. Do we just accept it? If this brings us someone like Carlos BALEBA. United are not confident of meeting the asking price for Brighton, but we could raise money if we did just sell these players off cheaply. It's up to United what we do now. Do United go for this, or do they stand firm? BALEBA and Brighton are looking at new contracts and trying to keep him at the club with a clause that's going to make him only be available for sale next season. That brings every other Premier League team and European team into the fray. United need to strike now with BALEBA, or trust that the rest of what we've done this window and what we've got is enough to get us into the Champions League, because without Champions League, like the finances dictate, I don't think United will be able to compete for BALEBA next summer. That would be too much, especially with the likes of Arsenal and Liverpool both in for that player. It's now or never, I think, for BALEBA, and it's up to United to decide whether they are going to go for it or not. All in or not. Let me know what you think. Get your comments in below, everybody. Make sure that you do like the video and make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. We are climbing. Thank you, everyone, for your support again. And that is your Midday Man United updates. That's everything that is going on right now. We're waiting on Sesko. Hopefully that comes out soon. I'll have that covered as soon as it does drop today, and any other news that happens throughout the day. I'll see you all later for the live show.